Hey, how you doing? I am here for my 2023 real estate market predictions, primarily focusing on Massachusetts, Boston proper, North Shore, South Shore, Cape Cod Islands, kind of everywhere in between. I will talk a little bit about the general real estate market, but primarily I'm going to be referencing the Massachusetts market. Before we jump into that, rewind to my 2022 market prediction video. I put it out around this time last year. I'll link that somewhere over here, perhaps down in the link description down below. You don't really need to go through them and talk about it now. I pretty much hit the nail on the head for it. I definitely predicted that interest rates were going to go up. Check. Increase in home values. Check. Generally hot real estate market. Check. Yeah, 2022 started out crazy hot. Everything was going over asking price, multiple offers, no contingencies, a lot of cash buyers, people know mortgage contingencies. It was the craziest market that I've seen in 8 years in real estate. A lot of agents said the same thing. As we moved into spring and the summer market, the Fed stepped in, raised interest rates, which slowed down the real estate market quite a bit. We went from multiple offers over asking everything to things starting to sit, days on market going up, listing prices going down, selling prices going down. That carried through all the way until where we are now in 2023. For 2023 and beyond, they are predicting that less homes will be sold this year than the past couple of years. We average around 6 million homes, 6 million homes a year. They're predicting somewhere in the fours this year for how many homes are sold. Part of that is just due to lack of inventory mixed with where interest rates are right now. Bank of America came out today, January 10th, and said that U.S. is still short 4 million homes inventory-wise. So they need an additional 4 million homes on the market in total for us to be at a balanced market. So what that means is that it's still going to be a seller's market, even though right now it feels a lot more like we're in a buyer's market where buyers are getting concessions at close, they're getting points towards closing costs, able to use it for buy downs on their rates or 3-2-1 buy downs, or just cash back at close. We're seeing more of that than we have, at least as long as I've been in the industry. Rates right now, somewhere in the sixes, a little under 6.5. I have seen some banks quoting in the fives for a 30-year fixed. I think looking forward at the mortgage rates, I think we're going to be between 6 or 7. We might dip below 6, we might dip above 7, but I think we're going to be pretty steady in that point threshold there between 6 and 7, at least 2023 and likely beyond. I'm hoping it's a year or two. Some people are less optimistic and say 3 or 4, and some people say, we're going to be under 6 this year. So only time will tell. I think we're going to stay in the 6 to 7% range. Now, as far as pricing goes, I think pricing is going to stay very steady unless something catastrophic happens in the housing market that I have no knowledge of, or anyone else has any knowledge of, that's going to pop the bubble. The foreclosure boom or something like that, which I don't foresee happening. I think prices are going to stay right where they're at. I already talked about the inventory levels, that they're already lower. They're lower than what the U.S. needs as a whole. They're lower in Massachusetts than needed to satiate buyer demand. So I think prices aren't really going to go down any further than they already have, which is between 5 and 10% of where they were about a year ago. Real quick, sorry to interrupt the video. Be sure to like and subscribe, hit that bell, stay tuned for more videos like this. Enjoy the rest of the video. Sorry about that if the video cuts there or the lighting looks a little bit different. My camera died. So I was talking about home pricing and where I think home prices are going to go in 2023. Sorry if I repeat myself again. I think we're going to go pretty steady here. I already talked about prices dropping at the end of last year due to lack of buyer demand. I think prices are about as low as they're going to go, or as low as we're going to see them go. Buyer demand is on the way back already. Buyers are kind of accepting where interest rates are, and they know that if they want to buy something, this is kind of what they're going to have to deal with. And again, we just don't have the inventory across the nation to satiate the buyer demand. So as long as there's a lack of inventory, supply and demand dictates that the prices are going to go up, if anything. So that's where I think that's we talked about mortgage rates. We talked about buyer demand and pricing. If you're a seller or you own a home, you're thinking about selling, I think the next couple months or within the year is still going to be a good time to sell. I think the winter market as we transition to the spring market is going to be a hot market. Millennials, which make up like 2/3 of the buyer pool, are looking to get into homes. They're looking to get away from renting. They're looking to own, make the investment in themselves in the home. So I think that the demand is going to be there. I think it will be a good time to sell. Right now, we are seeing seller concessions, but I think that will kind of start to go away as more buyers get active. And I think that where we're going to see the most demand, if you are a seller or if you are a buyer, just to prepare yourself, especially if you're a first-time home buyer, or if you're a seller and you own what could be considered like a starter home or a first-time home buyer home, I think that's where we're going to see the most demand over the next year. We're already seeing it right now. I've experienced it today with a client that put an offer in. But I think this is going to be a big trend for 2023. I think that first-time home buyer price point, which depending on where you're watching this from, could be vastly different from where it is here in Massachusetts and in Boston and the suburbs around it. In the suburbs, it's anywhere from 200,000 to 600,000. We'll call that for a first-time home buyer price point. Really, it's probably 500 or below. In the city, it's more like 500 to 700,000 is what I would consider a first-time home buyer price point for a condo in Boston. That is where there's going to continue to be a lot of competition throughout the year, I believe. I think that's where people are going to be getting competitive with their offers, offering over ask, waiving a home inspection contingency, waiving a mortgage contingency depending on their financials, and just generally being aggressive with the homes because there's just not enough. There aren't enough homes, again, back to that supply. There are not enough homes in those price points where a first-time home buyer, whether it's a single person or it's two people, kids, no kids, dogs, no pets, whatever, the price point that they can afford on a monthly basis, there just simply are not enough homes for them in Massachusetts, and that's what we're seeing kind of across the nation. So that's going to be the most competitive price point, in my opinion, for 2023 and probably 2024 and beyond. Those millennials that make up a large portion of the home buyer population, they can't afford the $1 million homes that are being bought, the luxury homes, the luxury condos that are being built in the city. They can't afford those. They're looking for something that they can kind of put some sweat equity into, grow into, and sell down the line. There just aren't enough homes for them. So that's where there's going to be competition. There's still going to be some pain for the buyers in those price points, the sub 500 outside the city, the 500 to 700 in the city of Boston. It's going to take some getting creative on writing your offers and being aggressive because other people are going to be aggressive on them too. So that kind of wraps up my predictions for the 2023 real estate market. Just to recap, prices probably stay level, maybe go up a little bit, go down a little bit. It's still a market. It's going to have some peaks and valleys. I think we're going to stay pretty steady. Mortgage rates pretty steady between 6 and 7% on a 30-year fixed. We've already seen lenders get creative, with the 3-2-1 buy downs and some other programs. So they'll continue to get creative, but the 30-year is going to stay pretty in between the 6 and 7%. Not enough houses. So until there's a mass amount of inventory, buyer demand is going to be high, especially for good listings. If you're a seller, reach out. Let's get started on the plan to list your home, get the highest price for when you list. If you're a buyer, it is probably the best time we're going to see this year or for the next couple of years to buy. So reach out. Let's get started on that. I know I interrupted the video to say this, but if you like this video and you want to see more, follow on for some property tours, weekly updates, and anything else I decide to throw out on my channel, be sure to like and subscribe down below. Check me out on Instagram at phayeshomes. My website is parkersellsma.com. Follow me on TikTok, Parker the Real Estate Guy, YouTube Shorts, Instagram. I'm on them all. If you don't live in Massachusetts and you like this video, you like what I'm putting out, you're interested in buying or selling in the next year or beyond, I have a network of top producing real estate agents literally across the country, and I can find someone across the world. I'd love to connect you with them, get you connected with a great fit so you can achieve your real estate goals and dreams. Hope you guys like the video. Take care, and I will talk to you soon.